They're going to bring in the guy companies call when they want to protect themselves from major weather events like the one we're having today. We welcome Matt Rogers. He's president of the Commodity Weather Group. Matt, by the way, is also a meteorologist, so perfect guy to talk to. Matt, big blizzard here in the Northeast impacting a lot of states. How big a deal, though, is this one when it comes to companies and how they manage it and the risk that they take on because of the event?
Hi, Carol. Good afternoon. Yeah, this storm is a little bit different than what we saw last year. If you remember last year, just ahead of the Christmas holiday, we had a pretty powerful East Coast winter storm as well, and we lost a lot of critical pre-holiday shopping days. It was on December 19th last year. So coming behind the Christmas holiday actually is less impactful. I follow it very closely for energy commodities, and what we're seeing as well is we're in between the holiday period here, so we don't see as much energy consumption impacts in like the commercial sector that you would normally see in a non-holiday period.
Well, you know, it's funny because we obviously, and understandably so, you know, cover this story. It's a big story, obviously, for us. But we talk about the impact on retail. Adam was just talking about it. We talk about potentially the impact on energy. But, you know, in a couple of days, this snow is definitely going to melt probably here in New York City. Yeah. I mean, does it kind of go away? And is it not then, bottom line, net, a big impact on a lot of companies?
I agree. It's not going to be a big deal. In fact, we're forecasting you guys in New York City to be up in the 40s and 50s by this weekend. So that snow is going to melt fairly fast, actually. It could be a very nice New Year's weekend for you there.
What about, though, the travel companies? Matt, we talked a lot about the travel delays. We know airports were canceling flights very early. I think it was something like 2,000 or 3,000 flights overall have been canceled. They're trying to get back on track, but it's pretty tough going here. What about the impact on them specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it was very aggressive on the cancellations, not just right in the Northeast there, but all up and down the eastern seaboard due to all the connection requirements there. It seems like it was a short-term event, so it seems like we're going to get back on schedule fairly quickly over the next few days. So again, I don't think the impact's going to be as substantial as it could have been if you look at some sort of slow long-term storm or cold pattern. I think we're going to get out of this fairly quickly.
I mean, Matt, do you normally tell airline companies, retail companies, energy companies to hedge for unforeseen events like this, these weather-related events, especially snowstorms that kind of sometimes just come out of nowhere?
Yeah, we do our best. I mean, this storm has been a bit of a meteorology heartache. This is the same storm that hit California really hard last week as well. So it has been quite a headache to manage and forecast. And I think most meteorologists will be happy when it's gone here, as it's leaving New England today.
Hey, let me ask you to kind of look into your crystal ball, or to put on your meteorological hat, if you will, for just a moment. And what do you expect for the rest of the season? We had a very rough season last year, a lot of snow. I know my daughter loved it, but let me ask you what we should expect here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting pattern again this winter. Just like last winter, we've seen a lot of cold outbreaks into the U.S. and also into Europe. We do expect January to still be colder than normal in much of the U.S., but we believe that there will be less East Coast snowstorms than last winter due to a pattern in the Pacific known as La Nina. So what we see today and yesterday should be more of the exception rather than the rule compared to last winter. But we are still forecasting a colder than normal January up ahead of us here.
Is there any investor play here on this, investment play in your view, in terms of what you're predicting? Just quickly.
Mostly on the energy commodity side. It looks like we're going to have above normal demand continuing through the next several weeks. And this December netted out slightly colder than last year, year on year. So we are seeing some higher year-on-year demand, both from an economic standpoint and from a weather standpoint.
All right, we're going to leave it on that note. Matt, thank you so much. Matt Rogers, he's president and forecaster of the Commodity Weather Group.